Responses in Conversations, Part 2. Today we're going to talk about 4 phrases, including fair enough, makes sense, well, and alright. Number 1, fair enough. This phrase is often used as a response to a statement or argument that one may not fully agree with, but also does not object to. It can be used to indicate that one understands and accepts the point being made, even if they don't necessarily agree with it. For example, I think we should postpone the project for a week. Fair enough, we can discuss the new timeline. Number 2, makes sense. This phrase is used to express agreement or understanding with a particular idea or suggestion. It indicates that the person understands the logic or reasoning behind the statement or decision. For example, I suggest we move the meeting to next week to allow more time for preparation. That makes sense. Let's do it. It's worth noting that the main difference between fair enough and makes sense is that fair enough implies acceptance without necessarily agreeing with the statement or argument, while makes sense implies agreement or understanding. Fair enough acknowledges the other person's perspective but doesn't necessarily indicate full agreement, while makes sense indicates that the reasoning behind the statement is clear and logical. Well. Number 3, well. It can be used in several ways as a response depending on the context and the tone of the conversation. Here are a few examples. Firstly, it can be used as a hesitation or filler word like, well, I'm not sure what to say about that. Secondly, it can be used as a way to express surprise, such as, well, I never expected to see you here. Thirdly, it can be used as a way to indicate a change of subject, such as, well, speaking of the weather, have you heard about the upcoming storm? Fourth, it can be used as a way to introduce an opinion or response. Well, in my experience, I found that blah, 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 blah. So you can see, well can be used in many positive ways, but it also can be used in negative ways to express disappointment, resignation, or reluctance, depending on the context and the tone of the conversation, such as, well, I guess we are not going to get that promotion after all. Number 4, all right. This phrase can be used to express agreement or acceptance, as in the example, all right, let's go ahead with that plan. However, in some contexts, all right can indicate a lack of enthusiasm or excitement, as in the response, all right, I will do it, but I'm not really looking forward to it. All right, that's all for part 2. Part 3 is coming soon. See you then.